Most style guides tell women over 60 to play it safe. They tell us to hide, to blend in, and to avoid linen because it wrinkles too much or it looks unkempt. But look at this. Does this look messy to you, or does it look like the most confident person in the room? The truth is, linen isn't just a fabric, it's a lifestyle. It's the uniform of Mediterranean elegance and quiet luxury. But there is a very fine line between looking like a coastal billionaire and looking like you've just rolled out of bed. Today we're crossing that line. I've researched the art of the noble wrinkle and narrowed it down to 7 genius styling hacks, specifically for our proportions and our lifestyle at 60 and beyond. We aren't just wearing clothes today, we are reclaiming our presence. Let's get into it. Hack 1. The rule of structure. The biggest mistake I see women making with linen is going double soft. That's when you wear a loose linen top with a loose linen bottom. While that feels incredibly comfortable, the eye loses your silhouette. As we age, our natural architectural lines, our jawline, our shoulders soften. If our clothes are also soft, we can end up looking blurred or frumpy. The secret is simple. Pair every soft piece of linen with one sharp anchor. If you are wearing wide-leg flowing linen trousers, your top needs to have sharp elements. Think a collar that stands up, a shoulder seam that hits exactly where your arm meets your torso, a button-down shirt made of a slightly stiffer linen-cotton blend. Think of your linen outfit like a beautiful abstract painting. The linen is the art. It's fluid and organic. But every painting needs a frame to give it boundaries. A structured blazer or a denim jacket is that frame. Even if the blazer is also made of linen, if it has interfacing in the collar and shoulder pads, it provides the architectural support your body needs. It lifts the eye upward toward your face, rather than letting the gaze slide down to the floor. 2 quick sharp tricks you can do in seconds. Show your wrists, roll up those soft, billowy sleeves. The wrist is a sharp anatomical point. Showing it creates a visual break that suggests a leaner silhouette. The VIF neckline instead of a crew neck that can look heavy, opt for a V-neck, or unbutton your shirt to create a vertical line. This sharp angle elongates the neck and adds an instant sense of polish. When you balance the organic flow of linen with the deliberate lines of tailoring, you aren't just wearing an outfit, you're commanding a presence. Hack 2. Monochromatic sophistication. If you want to look like you've just stepped off a yacht in the French Riviera without actually having to own the yacht, this is your secret weapon. We call it monochromatic sophistication, or the column of color. As we move into our 60s and 70s, many of us feel we've lost a bit of height, or that our proportions have shifted. When you wear a white top and dark trousers, you cut your body in half visually. It stops the eye right at the waist, usually the area we're most self-conscious about. But when you wear linen in one continuous shade from shoulder to toe, the eye travels upward in one fluid motion. You look taller, slimmer, and most importantly, incredibly intentional. Now, a common misconception is that everything has to be the exact same dye lot. It doesn't. In fact, it's better if it isn't. The tonal trick: mix a sand-colored linen shirt with oatmeal-colored trousers. These slight variations in shade add depth and texture. It prevents the outfit from looking like a uniform and makes it look like a collection. In our 60s, our skin and hair tones often soften, while stark black can sometimes feel heavy or draining against the face. Linen offers us a softer alternative. Look for grays, that is a grayish beige, an olive or a navy. Ivory or cream linen reflects light upward, acting like a natural reflector for your complexion. It fills in shadows and gives you an instant lit from within glow. To keep a monochromatic look from feeling like pajamas, use your accessories as anchors. A tan leather shoe and a matching tan bag provide the punctuation marks at the end of your fashion sentence. They tell the world, I didn't just throw this on. I curated this. Hack 3. The art of the half tuck and belting. One of the most common complaints I hear from women my age is, I love linen, but it hides my waist. Or worse, it makes me look wider than I am. The reality is that linen doesn't have much drape. It has body. If you leave a linen tunic completely untucked, it hangs straight down from your widest point. We need to create a focal point, and we do that with 2 simple techniques: the French tuck and the architectural belt. If you're wearing a button-down or a linen knit, don't tuck the whole thing in. That can feel restrictive and sometimes highlights the tummy area more than we'd like. Just tuck a small sliver of the front center into your waistband. Let the sides and back hang loose. This small gesture points to your waistline, suggesting a shape without constricting it. It elongates your legs instantly by showing where they actually begin, while the loose back provides all the coverage and comfort you want. Now, if you're wearing a linen dress or a longer tunic, a belt is your best friend. But here is the genius part. Contrast the textures. Never use a flimsy fabric tie that comes with a dress. It looks cheap and wilts. Use a structured leather or suede belt. The hardness of the leather acts as a visual anchor against the softness of the linen. It creates a crisp, intentional line that tells the world you have a waist, even if you're wearing 5 yards of fabric. For many of us at 60 plus, our narrowest point has moved slightly higher, toward the rib cage. Don't feel obligated to belt at your hips or your natural waist. Experiment with a high waist placement. It creates a longer leg line and feels much more sophisticated. Remember, we aren't trying to cinch ourselves in until we can't breathe. We are simply giving the fabric a suggestion of where our body is. It's about structure, not restriction. Hack 4. Footwear. The deciding factor. You can get the fabric, the color, and the tuck perfectly right, but if you pair your linen with the wrong shoe, the entire look collapses into homewear. At 60 plus, footwear isn't just about comfort, it is the anchor of your silhouette. Linen is light and airy, which means your shoes must provide the weight and the structures to ground the outfit. Avoid anything mushy. Instead, look for defined shapes. A pointed toe flat elongates the leg that the linen trouser might otherwise shorten. A crisp, white leather sneaker adds a modern, youthful energy without trying too hard. And if you want to look truly amazing, choose a tan or nude leather. It disappears against the skin, creating a seamless line that makes you look 6 inches taller. The rule is simple. Soft fabric, hard shoe. A structured sole tells the world you aren't just lounging, you're arriving. It transforms relaxed into refined in exactly 1 step. Hack 5. Playing with weight and layering. One of the reasons linen can look cheap is because it lacks depth. It's a flat, matte fabric. To look amazing at 60 plus, you need to play with visual weight. This means mixing your light, airy linen with materials that have a different soul. Think of your linen as the base layer, your canvas. Now, we want to add a heavy element. The summer knit. Drape a chunky knit cotton sweater over your shoulders. The contrast between the crisp linen and the heavy texture of the knit creates an expensive coastal grandmother's aesthetic that feels incredibly grounded. The silk factor. Linen is matte. Silk is lustrous. Adding a silk scarf or a silk camisole under a linen blazer creates a play of light. That little bit of shine near your face reflects light onto your skin, which is the best anti-aging trick in the book. At this stage in our style journey, we should always aim for a third piece. Piece 1, your trousers. Piece 2, your top. Piece 3. The layer, whether it's a long line linen duster coat, a denim jacket, or a structured vest, that third piece provides the vertical lines that slim the torso and add a sense of completeness. Without it, you're just wearing clothes. With it, you're wearing an outfit. Layering also solves the transparency issue. If you have a linen shirt that feels a bit too sheer for your comfort, don't discard it. Layer a high-quality nude-colored microfiber tank underneath. It smooths the silhouette and gives the linen enough body to hang correctly without clinging to the midsection. When you mix weights, the lightness of flax with the heaviness of a knit or the smoothness of silk, you create a look that says you understand the fine art of dressing. It's sophisticated, it's intentional, and it's deeply comfortable. Hack 6. The color palette of vitality. When we think of linen, our minds usually go straight to beige, and while a beautiful oatmeal linen is a classic, if we aren't careful, Sandy's tones can wash us out as our skin and hair pigment softens in our 60s. We don't want to look dusty, we want to look vibrant. Linen is a matte fabric. It absorbs light rather than reflecting it. This is why optic white or cream is your best friend. Wear your lightest, brightest linen closest to your face. It acts like a natural ring light, filling in shadows and giving your complexion an instant lift. If you want to look amazing and authoritative, look for what I call earth jewels. Deep forest green. This is universally flattering on silver, blonde, or brunette hair. terracotta, or burnt orange. These add a warmth to the skin that mimics a healthy glow. Midnight navy. It's softer than black but provides that same high-end slimming structure. As we age, our contrast, the difference between our hair, skin, and eyes, tends to decrease. To counteract this, choose saturated colors. Avoid pastels that are too chalky or grayed out. They can make the skin look tired. Choose colors with a clear pulse. A vibrant coral or a rich teal. In linen, these colors look sophisticated because the natural texture of the fabric mutes the brightness just enough to keep it elegant. It's a bold choice, but a controlled one. When you walk into a room in a head-to-toe deep olive linen suit, you aren't just dressed, you are a presence. You are telling the world that you aren't fading into the background, you're just getting started. Finally, hack 7. Eyewear. We've styled the body, but now we have to style the face. At 60 plus, eyewear is our most prominent accessory. It's not just for vision, it's the punctuation mark at the end of your fashion sentence. The genius's trick to wearing vibrant linen is to ensure your eyewear isn't fighting with your clothes, but rather conversing with them. 1. The translucent rule. Linen has a natural, organic transparency. To match that Aries feeling, look for frames in translucent acetates. If you're wearing those beautiful earthy greens or terracottas we discussed, try a frame in champagne, a honey or sage. These frames don't cut your face in half like heavy black frames do. They allow your eyes to remain the focal point, while adding a sophisticated layer of color that complements the matte texture of the linen. 2. Echoing the palette. You don't want your glasses to match your outfit exactly. That can look dated. Instead, echo the tones. If you're wearing a navy linen suit, try a tortoiseshell's frame with hints of amber. The blue and the orange tones are opposites on the color wheel, making your eyes pop. If you're wearing crisp white linen, a bold oxblood or deep plum frame provides a stunning high-contrast look that feels modern and artistic. 3. Texture over trend. Linen is a textured fabric, so your eyewear should have a finish that feels intentional. A matte finish frame paired with linen creates a very architectural, high-fashion look. A high-shine frame provides a hard contrast to the soft linen, similar to how our leather shoes anchored the look in Hack 4. Remember, your glasses are the first thing people see when they look at you. When your eyewear feels invited to the outfit, you don't just look like you're wearing linen, you look like you've mastered it. We've spent 20 minutes talking about fabric weights, footwear, and eyewear, but what we're really talking about is visibility. Somewhere along the line, society told us that after 60, we should shrink. But linen is a fabric that takes up space. It's a fabric that demands a certain level of ease with oneself. By using these 7 hacks, you aren't just dressing younger, you are dressing better. You are using your clothes to frame the wisdom and the confidence you've spent 6 decades earning. You don't need to look like a 20-year-old in a trend. You look like a woman who knows exactly who she is, and that is the most amazing look of all. I'd love to know, which of these hacks was your favorite? Or do you have a signature linen piece you've owned for years? Let's start a conversation in the comments below. And if you found this helpful, subscribe to join our community of style-conscious adults. This is Chick After 60, and I'll see you in the next video.